Higgins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, folks, and welcome out to Pine River-Backus High School, the site of tonight's edition of high school wrestling on your live event, courtesy of Homegrown Local Radio. Tonight, it is the Section 8 AA quarterfinal round, as it'll be the Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus Road Crew taking on the Albany Huskies, who just won their first round matchup against Park Rapids. Hi again, everyone. I am Sam Parsons. Joined alongside me, it is Charlie Munz. Charlie, a good evening to you. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Yep. It seems like we got quite the matchup on hand here.
Well, it's my pleasure, and yes, it should be. Everybody looks at it and says, okay, it just so happens that the road crew happens to be the number one seed if you look at the programs on their half bracket. Everybody says, well, okay, do we just move those down? This time of the year, you don't want to start making predictions. I don't care. We have wrestled Albany before this year in a duel, did well with it, but sometimes you just don't want to say, hey, we did it before, we can do it again. And but I'm sure that they're all fired up. This is also could be a little bit of a different team. In case you don't know, there are 14 members on a wrestling team, but they can carry an extra 7 during state time, and so you can carry 21 wrestlers. They have to be predetermined, and looking at the road crew, they've got their 21. Albany does not have quite that many. They still have a full schedule or a full team, so it should be a great duel.
Yeah, PRB, Pequot Lakes, Pine River-Backus entering tonight. They are 26-1 overall as a team, and you said, Charlie, the number one seed here in the 8AA playoffs, number 4 overall in the state of Minnesota among Class AA teams. They, just to give a recap of some of the things that they've done along the way this season, won the Wadena Deer Creek invite, they won the Minnewaska invite, the Little Park invite, the Rossi Cummings Memorial Road Crew Duels Tournament, and the Mid-State Conference, and they're also Mid-State Conference Championships this season. They finished second place out of 28 teams at the Jackhammer Invitational, which was at Pequot Lakes in December, and second also at the Osaka Duels Tournament. So needless to say, it's been quite the successful season for this Road Crew team, and they certainly do not want to see that end against Albany, who comes into this one with a 7-17 team record. They also they took part in that Jackhammer Invitational. I do not remember what place they came in, but I believe they were in the top 10.
Yes, they were. Very solid wrestlers, good wrestlers all the way through. And we did happen to wrestle them a few times. We'll just leave it that, baby. We don't want to make real predictions.
All right.
Also to take, just to give everybody warning, come Friday night in Detroit Lakes. The winner will be moving on to there. They will be, there's winners out of, and second placers. In other words, a winner here will advance, a winner out of the other half of our eastern side of it, and then the 2 winners out of the west side will be advancing to Detroit Lakes for the section finals.
Semifinals and then the finals, yeah.
Yeah, semifinals and the finals. And not going to make predictions. We got to get there first.
We're not in the business of predictions. We are in the business of calling the action, which is what we are ready to do tonight.
Right.
They got the single overhead light going here, which I have not seen here before at PRB, which is really nice for a wrestling tournament. It's a nice cinematic feel.
Right.
But right now we are wrapping up our Station 371 pregame show. And before we get started, just want to thank our pregame sponsor here. You can restock on food, fuel, and bait at locally owned Station 371 on Highway 371 in Pine River. Station 371 has bait and tackle, quality Cenex gasoline, and is the only area fuel station with kerosene and off-road diesel. Station 371 in Pine River. Well, coming up, we got the Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus Road Crew taking on the Albany Huskies, and I have a feeling we're just going to be diving right on in here pretty soon. we shall see what they are announcing. I'll have Charlie, you can listen in on that, but in the meantime, I'll just be chatting about the matchups that we could be seeing here in the early going for Albany. We are diving right on in. It's Parker Zutter going against Nathan Coleman.
Right.
And away we go.
All right. And both Parker is an 8th grader, has been ranked pretty much most of the year. Cannot speak. I do not have rankings on the Albany individuals. I can't remember if they met at the jackhammer or not. Also, we have a quality, just a little sideline. Scott Larson is our official for tonight. Very, very good at the state level. We'll be working the state tournament also. Very solid officials.
I love the credit, Charlie, that you give the officials, because I remember that last time I did a meet with you, because these guys, they do such great work out there, and they do it for the love of the game. You know that's why they do it.
Yeah, you bet. And by the way, if anybody's ever interested in it, you can get into this officiating, and they always need officials. All right. Parker did a nice leg sweep, got the takedown right away, got a quick cradle, and at the present time we're up 5-0 with a minute left. He's tipped him now. He has a tip going, picking up some points. He's working on trying to get him tipped. Did not get points on that part of it. Again, about 50-some seconds, a little less than that. He's going to work on that tip again. He's looking for a far arm and trying to bar him and put him over. There he is. He did get that, ran it, pushed it over. Parker's got his weight settled in. Not quite there. He's a little high on it. And this lousy man. He's got to get that. There it is. Got his pin at. What do we got? 19 seconds left in it. So at the present time, 6-0 after the first match. Okay.
Parker Zutter getting the pin right away for the road crew. That is what you like to see. And just to elaborate on the points that Charlie was making earlier about the season that Parker has had, second in the state at the AA level at the 106 weight class. He was runner-up at the Jackhammer Invitational, champion at Wadena, Minnewaska, and Lake Park, closing in on his 75th career victory already as an 8th grader. So needless to say, the road crew very excited about what he can be bringing for this program for the next 4 years.
Right. Okay, Ian Hansen from Albany.
He's up against Easton Miller.
Easton Miller is
Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus road crew.
Right. It's 113. Easton did a nice tip on him. Tipped him right over. Looking for a quick pin. He's got it locked up pretty tight. He keeps looking. Yeah. Come on, the official. Come on. Give me a call on that one. He's looking at it, hoping for it. He's got that leg. He's got him. He's doing a straddle to him. Got the quick pin. About a minute and 30 seconds into the match. After the 113, road crew up 13-0. We're moving into the 120-pound.
So, that's about as ideal of a start as you're going to get for the Pequot Lakes PRB road crew. Up next, it's looking like it's going to be Tate and Mick winning by forfeit.
Okay, Tate and Mick by forfeit. And that, a lot of times schools will, due to moving people around, you'll see, wait a second, they had a kid that could have weighed in there or wrestled, but they may move him up.
Yeah, it's all about finding the best matchup.
Okay, Caleb Rule.
And I believe this is
Sean Kirkpatrick. I bet it's not. Caleb.
This is either Reed Molzolf or Devin Hansen, I believe, for Albany. Unfortunately, I was unable to hear. Well, there it is. Another pin.
In case you missed that was a nice front headlock right to a pin.
Well, I haven't even been able to mention the stats for any of these players because they've gotten pins within the first 20 seconds. So just to recap, Easton Miller, who got the pin in about 30 seconds, he was runner-up at the Jackhammer Invitational. Right. runner-up at Wadena in Mawaska as well. Caleb Rule.
Hansen.
Devin Hansen against
Devin
Owen Carlson
Hansen
here. So before we talk about Owen, just a real quick shout-out to Caleb Rule, who earned his 100th career victory before Christmas, champion at Lake Park, runner-up at Minnewaska, Mid-State honorable mention, and just got the pin in 17 seconds for the road crew. Now it is Owen Carlson, who I'm very excited to see. This is actually my first time that I've seen him this year.
Well, Owen was out. He had an injury earlier in the year. Took him out for quite a bit. Took him out. This gentleman he's wrestling right now, Devin Hansen, is very, very solid. He's listed as 34-11, and Owen is listed at 16-4. 20 matches compared to 40-some, but the problem about it is that he was out quite a bit of the season.
Yeah, he's still got that knee protection on.
He has the knee on him. By the way, if you were looking there, you'll notice the reason that was stopped, it's called potentially dangerous. He sat in there, had his leg wrapped on there, and because his feet came off the mat, it's potentially dangerous. Going down to the mat can cause serious injury that way. Owen did not like where he was. They were starting to go off the mat, and he said, let's go ahead and restart. I'll give you a point. That's usually the way wrestlers do this. Mm-hmm. These are two very, very solid wrestlers.
Yeah, Owen Carlson, he was 8th in the state last year.
Right.
Trying to run that back.
Yes, he is. I know him, and I've known him for the last, 2 or 3 years. Very aggressive, very solid. Gets sometimes mad at himself. Had nice underhook, trying to look for a cradle. Nice whizzer there that was thrown in. That he threw in there, that Hansen threw in there, nice wizard to block that move. They're both very solid wrestlers.
Yeah, it's still 2-1 here with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first period. Between Owen Carlson and Devin Hansen, and as you said, Charlie, two very solid wrestlers. You can just tell just by seeing the way this is playing out here.
You notice that Owen, if you can see it on there, I'm sure you can see it, that Owen's got a little bit of height advantage on him. It's never bothered Carlson. Has never bothered him. Hansen probably has maybe 3, 4, 5 inches on him. Thinks he's going to use that. Owen has been known to go underneath real quick. I always like to throw this little sidelight in here while they're going. Notice how quick that Owen is. He came around. He got his 2. It's interesting. Notice how that, though.
Clock winds down.
Yep. Yeah, it is. So it's 4-1. I always like to throw it in. Realize that Owen in his spare time rides bulls.
That's right. I remember you telling me that last time.
Yeah, here's a man, he said, what are we wrestling at right now? He was wrestling 132. He rides 2,000-pound bulls.
I don't know what to say to that other than I'm just very impressed.
I mean, he is, I always say he's one tough cookie. I've had the opportunity to work in Pine River a little bit as teaching up here, and he it just really impressed me. A great family he comes from, just a solid individual.
And again, 24-0 right now the score. The road crew leading the Albany Huskies here through a few matches. And Charlie, just wanted to go back to what you were saying earlier about Owen being at a slight height disadvantage. How do you use a height advantage in wrestling?
Well, I'll tell you where it really comes in. If you're the type of person that likes to set up cradles, that can be a real advantage to it. Can be if you stretch somebody out. Notice that it didn't seem to bother Owen. Owen got a nice quick reversal there coming around underneath.
Yep, 2 points. He
got his 2 points. Now you notice he's got a near leg locked up pretty good. He's trying for a far arm bar. So he's going to stretch him out, and that's where he has that ability. That's where his strength comes in. You look at him and say, oh, look at this little guy. He is extremely strong. They're all at this weight. Let's face it. We're dealing with quality kids. All right, what just happened there? A little bit aggressive on the crossface that Owen got called on, and there it is. If you notice that he stood up, Owen had that leg locked around, but his feet came off the mat, potentially dangerous. Mm-hmm. Okay, the official was not ready. Restarts the match. Okay, here we go. Owen again, too, is trying for a far arm. Notice that how Hansen comes up. He's trying to do that stand-up step around him. This is where we're talking about the height can come in. Okay. All right, just got called for stalling. He threw that leg in again. And that is stalling every time you throw that leg in like that when he stands up and you're not making an aggressive move to try to turn him, it's stalling. And that's, that will happen.
As it stands right now, it's 6-3 with about 10 seconds left in the second period. 1 point for Owen.
Called him for not doing anything on the bottom. All right, he got an escape right at the end there, so it's going to be 7-4.
7-4 heading into period number 3.
And Hansen again looked like he chose down again. They figured he had a good second period with that. Notice how he had it that start. That's called a free up, and you're going to go up. I don't want to be there with you. So it's going to be 7-5 now, early in the third period. Owen trying for a double underlock. It's hard to do on a big guy like that because he's got that little bit of a height advantage. Mm-hmm. Coach is telling him to snap him down and work at it. Yeah, don't want to be there with you. I know these two met, I don't know if it was earlier this year or last year, and I don't remember the outcome at this particular point. I apologize. My memory's not as good as it used to be. Okay.
Seems just fine to me, old Charlie, but...
Old Charlie, thank you.
I had to throw that in there.
I know you did.
Legally obligated, pretty much.
Okay. They're both moving. They're both feeling each other out, trying to figure out how to do this. Notice that now he comes under with a double arm, up, trying to get him, trying to throw him. Notice how he comes around, double arm up. He's trying to get around him, trying to suck him down. Neither one of them can give points up for stalling now.
Yeah, it's 7-5 here. 54.6 seconds left in the third period, so a huge 54.6 seconds.
Right.
Coming up here for...
They're both moving forward, which is what you need to do. Sometimes you say, wait a second, it looks like Carlson's moving backwards. No, he's not. That was interesting. Okay, he was circling, so he gave a point to Green, and that should be 8-5 now because he was circling, not doing anything. There it is. Owen came underneath. Notice that's a nice double leg takedown at a very crucial time with 30 seconds left. Okay, he's moving in there. He try to roll through in it. Owen has a very good ride on it. Remember, he's got to keep working towards a pin. He can't just ride him. He's trying to work on him, and I'm sure that if it gets real bad, he'll just let him go again. We're sitting at now 10-5.
5 seconds left.
5 seconds left.
Looks like Owen's got this.
Owen.
There it is. It's going to be 3 points for the road crew, and they are now 27-0 on Albany.
Yep, and moving up to 132.
So it's going to be either Carson Kenyon or Brady Rule for the road crew. Should be Joseph Schmidt for the Huskies. It's
Brady Rule and Schmidt, right?
And Joseph Schmidt, yes.
Joseph Schmidt. Okay, Joseph Schmidt's a 10th grader, record of 24-21. And Caleb Rule is a senior, 30-12. Okay. Got a quick 2.
Or excuse me, no, this is Brady Rule.
This is
Apologies,
Brady.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's not
no,
Caleb Rule.
I made the
Rule.
same mistake, I believe.
Yes,
so.
yeah, that's my fault. Also, I missed that. It's Brady Rule. Okay.
So Brady is 18-10 this year.
18
champion at Lake Park.
Right. Notice he's trying to stretch him. That's where, remember we talked about height a little bit. notice how he has that near leg locked in.
Yep.
And he tries to reach across and stretch him and turn him. And this is where sometimes a guy that's a little bit taller than you can not hurt you, but stretch you out a little bit. Okay.
And Schmidt here has the early upper hand. It's 2-0.
2-0. Brady's got a nice hold on that. He's not letting go of that near arm. You notice how he's got his legs locked. He's trying to turn him with that. Yep, that's what you call stalemate. Neither one can do anything, so let's start again. Brady does have to go down.
And you can really see where the legs are coming into play with a taller player.
This is
like
what you
that.
call a leg wrestler. He throws them in very good and utilizes them. You'll notice how he locks it up right away. Also can be sometimes to your disadvantage if you don't hit it just right. Moving in again, too. He's looking to come in, work that arm. There you go. And Brady comes around, sucks that near leg underneath. He should wind up at least getting one out of it, but no guarantee. Okay? Yep.
He
got the one. Okay.
As the clock expires. So it's 2-1 heading into the second period between Brady Rule and
the
Joseph
coach
Schmidt.
Yeah, the coach is coming over thinking, wait a second, you sure that was one? And, yeah, he's going to agree with it. Pretty hard to switch that. Just so you know, this is not college wrestling where we have videos and replay. We don't do that at this level, luckily. Hope it never gets to that.
I can't imagine a world of high school sports in which there's video replay. That's just nuts to me.
Well, there's talk about it moving into some things like something called that other sport that's played in the fall of the year called football. I hope it never comes to this.
I wonder if that's a big deal.
It may, but I hope it doesn't. I mean, let's face it. Here, it's a training area a lot of times. Sure, kids are really dedicated to what they're doing. These kids may never see wrestling mat past high school. And let's let them go out and have some fun. Let's not start questioning everything they do. Notice how he spun around and came around really, really quick with that.
There's 2 for Schmidt.
2 for Schmidt, you're right. Gets there, throws his legs in right away. Very good leg rider. There it is. There's the roll that can come up and hurt you. If he turns in, that's what he does. He turns in, gets it.
Yep, he's got 2. Can he get those shoulders down?
He's going to get...
Crowd cheering him on. Can he do it?
I'd like to yell down to him what to do, but we can't do that either. You got it, though. Woo! Nice job.
What an effort that time by Brady Rule to get the pin.
That was a solid inside turn. Remember, throw the legs in. Doesn't have them set quite right. You turn to the inside, and that's what can happen to you.
33-0. Now the score. The road crew leading the Albany Huskies. Outstanding effort so far. And up next, it's the 145-pound class.
Spencer.
I believe it's Spencer Coleman for the Huskies going up against Corey Kenyon.
Right?
Yep.
Corey Kenyon's up there. He's a 12th grader at 18 and 15. We have Spencer Coleman. He is an 11th grader, 19 and 23. So about equally on the mat. I don't know. Albany was at the Jackhammer. I don't happen to have those sheets with me tonight. And whether they met, I don't know. And I know we had a duel with them, but I don't remember if they met. Again, too. There he is.
Nothing doing so far between Kenyon and Coleman.
Nope. Just so you know, this is Corey. This is Corey wrestling. We have a set of twins, Corey and his brother Kenyon. Both solid. They came out of Michigan a few years ago, transferred into Pequot, and then moved up to Pine River. Their parents moved up to Pine River. Notice how he's underneath. Got to finish those moves. All right. Nice job. Came up on there nice.
Still 0-0.
0-0.
A minute in.
Again, two circling each other, feeling each other out. Nice little tie-ups for both of them. Not a whole lot of action going on. Corey's going down, is looking for a tilt, and he's going to get it. He got his two. Nice tilt there that he got. Pick that up, move to the inside. Nice move. I have to say that. Where's he from? The road crew. If I show any prejudice, I'm sorry. I do work at both Pine River or not right now, and Pequot, so I have to show a little bit of prejudice, I
don't
guess.
think it's that much of an issue.
No, it isn't. Okay, we got a warning stalling on Kenyon. He did not make an aggressive move to work towards a pin, and then, of course, that's what happens. If you don't make an aggressive move towards a pin, you will get called for stalling. Nice. He brings him back down. Nice heel trip, locking him up. I think we talked about this, and I did it last time. If you do not, there he is, just let him go. Let's go back up. 2-1. 13 seconds left in this first period.
Ooh.
I think we talked about it before. If you do not move, if you stay parallel with a wrestler, you will get called for stalling. Or don't make an aggressive move towards a pinning combination.
And just to refresh my memory, you got 3 stalling calls before it costs you a point?
You get
3 warnings.
You get a warning, then a point, then
okay.
a point, then 2 points, and then you can be disqualified.
Okay.
I don't see that happening much. I think officials will really say, just keep moving. They don't like to have officials do not like to determine the match.
Yes.
Nice Granby. You don't know what that was. That was a standing Granby. It usually picks you up a few points. He's got at least 4. He's going to turn in. Now he's got the pin combination on.
Official's right on it. Can he finish?
Got a minute. That's a long time to stay there, and he
Corey
got it.
Kenyon gets the pin. More like Corey Pinion.
Yeah. Do I like that one? Corey Pinion. Okay, we're going to have to change his name.
There you go.
We're moving up to 45 now.
I'm sure I'm probably the 40th person to make that joke to him, but it's the first time I've said it, so.
Okay. Should be split.
First one's free. All right, now it's 39-0. Road crew out in front. It's Chance Abraham. I did not hear the Huskies'
neither
name.
did I.
So I'm going to guess that this is Cole Mulzolf.
That's what I would think.
But Chance Abraham.
Chance is trying for a front headlock. Missed it. Came at no points. I mean, no points. The way he came around there and spun around.
They go out there. Chance has been one of the most successful wrestlers for the road crew this season, 34-8. He was champion at Minnewaska and Lake Park, took 7th in a very tough 152-pound bracket at the Jackhammer, according to Coach Hoffarth. Mid-State All-Conference as well this season.
Did a nice head shuck, moved around, got his 2-point takedown. Notice that they're really riding hard tonight. I know that Travis and his assistants, he's got Justin Frankie, very solid assistants. They work very hard on riding. That's just, Travis is our head coach. Justin's an assistant, works with more of the upper weights. Almost lost it. Nice bring back down. Nice leg trip. He's riding them extremely hard. About 50 seconds left in the first period. Looking for a crossface. He's trying to get him into a cradle, which he's starting to hook up. Now he's got the cradle. I'm going to repeat what I have said in the past.
There it is.
Even though his shoulders are out of bounds, the body is inbounds or the legs are inbounds, he is in. So that's another nice pin right now. 45.
All right, I don't have a name pun for Chance, but I do have a score update. It is now 45-0.
Right.
I can confirm that it is Peyton Crumray for the Albany Huskies going up against Earl Stockman.
Right.
Of the,
at
the road crew.
160. Peyton is 34-11, and
Earl's at 20-10 this season.
right.
And as a freshman, mid-state, honorable mention. Find himself down 2-0 here in the early going.
If I remember right, reading a little bit about Peyton, he's been doing very well this year. I wish I had a little bit more of a print up. Albany coaches, they've done a good job. It's tough to keep everything up to date and say, okay, here I am, and here's all the records. And just so you know, a lot of these wrestlers will face each other again in 2 weekends, not this coming up week, the following week. In Melrose will be the individuals Friday and Saturday in 2 weeks, not this week, but the following. So a lot of these same wrestlers will be there. Individual tournament, again, too. Then you can have 14 individuals. And the winner of this one will be moving on to Friday night over in Detroit Lakes. Notice again, too, looks like these all guys work with a leg band somewhere in these middle weights. Notice how he's got the leg locked up.
Ooh.
I always call that's a Penn State ride. They lock up the near leg, trying to bring it as high as they can with a cross face, and that's called a Penn State ride.
Now, Earl's doing an admirable effort staying alive,
definitely.
but
yep,
this could be too tough to ask. And yes, the pin, courtesy of Peyton Crumray. Impressive stuff for the senior Husky, and he has put the Huskies on the board. It is now 45-6. Senior against freshman. Obviously a bit of a difference with the experience there. It's Cooper Brinkman going up against Trey Tutenhagen.
Okay.
For the 170-pound weight class, Trey Tutenhagen 27-13 on the season, Mid-State All-Conference.
Right. Again, too, front headlock, took him over, got his 2-point takedown. I heard somebody in the stand say 2 for near fall. It wasn't there. It wasn't long enough. Mm-hmm. You do have, these are, lots of times people see it and see some freestyles. Freestyles, they wrestle a little differently. Points are scored a little differently. And here you've got to hold them down there. Notice that roll-throughs don't count. Trey's bringing him back. Trying to hold him there. He's trying to move up. He's trying to get his half locked up, grabbing and trying to throw a far half. Trying to force that shoulder over. Trying to twist the entire body. Sometimes that can be pretty difficult to do unless you're strong like that. And then he turned him over, and he's going to at least get a couple.
Can he get the pin? Yes. Trey Tutenhagen with a pin. And now it's 51-6 for the road crew. Well on their way to advancing in the section playoffs.
Okay, we're moving up.
Yeah, we're moving up to the 182-pound weight class. It's going to be Hunter Tate, the senior for Albany, going up against Connor Tulenchik, senior for the road crew.
And two solid wrestlers here. Hunter is 23-9, and Connor is, come on, help me out here, is 38-2. I missed it.
He's 38-2?
Yep.
Ranked second in the state
right.
Class AA at 170.
He's up to 182. And you just have to look. They weigh in. Everybody weighs in a little differently. That's what you call a front headlock, and he gets the 2 points. He could pin him. The tippy toes are in the bounds. Notice that. if you
Yep,
can
that's-
watch
oh,
it.
there it
it
goes.
is. Okay.
That's a good effort that time by Tate to
And
do that.
Connor is saying, here I have a blood on my lip. Okay.
All right, so they'll take a little blood break
Yeah,
here.
take a little blood, see if I can get that out of there. There is in case you sit there, why does he can keep going back? He can keep going back. It's blood time. As soon as they feel they have it stopped, the official watches it. He'll stop that and get him back on the mat as quickly as he can. The trainer's right there making sure blood's off of the body.
They got the extra lights there by the table just
Yep,
so they can see
see
nice
it?
and well.
Yep.
And, of course, have to mention that Connor Tulenchik is the all-time wins leader for the Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus program in their history.
Right.
200
Plus.
career over 200 wins, yes.
Yep, he's got 200 plus. He's a very solid wrestler. He'll come at you constantly.
And he was the most valuable wrestler, named most valuable wrestler for the Mid-State Conference as well.
Right. Notice he didn't like where he was at. He said, let's go back to our feet.
Yep, it's 5-1, a minute
Right.
in.
Yep. And I've always felt that Connor is very, very good on his feet. And just so everybody says, oh, my gosh, he's this good. He's going to go to college to wrestle. Last time I talked to him, like I think I may have said the last time, he's undecided. He really likes football, and he's very, very good. And I think it just depends where he goes to school, what he'll do. But I think I see him playing football. Who knows? Maybe he'll work his way back into wrestling. It's hard to say.
He's a lot of fun to watch at both sports,
Oh, it
no
is.
question.
Very, very quick. He was fun watching him this season. Notice how quick he comes underneath. And there'll be some college coaches watching him. He's been at the state the last couple of years, 3 years. He hopes to improve on those little second places that he has.
Mm-hmm.
It gets tough, you know.
Yeah, if it were easy, I suppose there'd be a lot of number ones in the state.
Oh, you bet. As far as I can figure, there can only be 14 of them. But just remember, there's a lot of people. Okay, we've got a 5-1 score at the end of the first period. I'm looking at the weigh sheets tonight. I'm not even going to tell you what everybody weighed tonight. Everybody has to weigh in, and these weights then get certified. They get a certified weight, and they can't wrestle below that. They can wrestle one weight above it, which he's doing right at the present time. In fact, they both are wrestling one weight above what they weighed in at. So
Should be evenly matched in that regard.
oh,
at
yeah.
least.
Right. Connor weighed in light. All right. So, you always look at that and see. The only time you get into a really where they're matched up a little bit, sometimes we get to heavyweight. Heavyweights can't get above 285 anymore. They used to many years ago. You'd see some big boys out there.
I bet.
Yeah.
If there was no limit?
No,
Oof.
no, there was no limit up until, I'm not sure when they changed it. But they had to change it for the health of the kids, for one thing.
I can imagine.
Yeah. I know up in this area there was a couple kids that weighed about 320 pounds. They were big boys.
All right, Tulenchik trying to make a move. Are they
Right.
going to end up out of bounds? Yep. This time they
they
will.
were-
Still 6-1, or now it's 6-1. A
They
minute
were-
10 to go in the second period.
They were both looking for a headlock, and neither one of them wanted to give it. I mean, he's very aggressive wrestlers. They both look like they like to wrestle up high. Connor does have a tendency to go underneath and will suck up that double leg. But he likes to do a little cowboy on it and will throw you if he can. There it is. Came under with a single. Switched quickly
there
to
he's
a
got him.
double. Tipped him. He's got to come around and get control. No control yet. He now has
There
it.
it is.
Brings that arm out. Yep, he's got the 2. I've got 8-1. You agree there?
Yes, 8-1.
All right.
30 seconds to go in the second period.
Yep. Both Hunter's doing what he's going to get called on that, where he's just working. He's just not doing. Yeah, official, I hope you don't call. He's got his hand there like he wants to give him the stall warning, but don't do it, okay? They're both moving. Connor's got to get off. He's got to work. Connor's working extremely hard trying to tip him. And 2 seconds left. Another great 2 periods, and it's Hunter's choice. See what he's going to do. He's going to go down, see if he can get some points coming out. It's 8-1. Notice he tried to come up real quick, and Connor does a very good job of forcing his upper body into him and say, you want to get up, you got to carry my weight. And that's tough to do. 2 kids weigh 180 pounds, making you carry it out. Notice he came up quickly. Connor went quickly to our single, let it slip. Now we're looking, they're both looking for throws. That's why they've got that upper body locked. And
nothing so far. Who's going to get the control? It's Tate so far. He's got 2 or 3.
No, he's got 2 and 2. He should have had 2 for a takedown, 2 for a near fall. It was quick, but he got him. I mean, it was there. Now they're both up with a minute left. 9-6. That was a good scramble for both of them. That's what it gets sometimes. You think, hey, I've got this strong thing. I'll just throw him. It comes back to haunt you sometimes. And that's exactly what happened.
Still a 3-point lead for Tulenchik. A little less than a minute to go.
Right. Green stalling because he's not moving forward. Oh, yeah, the crowd always looks to help the officials. If you notice that, well, that was just because they were going so hard. Was it close? Yes.
Yes.
Official did not think so, though. As I said before, the official we have here is a state high-level quality official. Just to give you a little warning, he'll be working 3 of the individual rounds at the state tournament. These guys are still feeling each other out. As far as I know, there's no stall points, so they could kind of do the little bit of a dance here. Neither one of them want to make a mistake.
All right, yeah, one just waiting for the other one to overextend. 15 seconds left.
Right.
Yeah, Tate's going to have to make a move down by 3.
Connor comes underneath, gets that single leg.
5 seconds.
5. Oh, and there they're both out. Got 3 seconds left. I'm sure Connor just peeked up. Wait a second, I got 3 seconds.
Is that going to be 2? Yes, but that's not quite going to be enough for Tate. Connor Tulenchik eking by with a 9-8 win there. 3 points for the road crew, and they now lead 54-6. What a wrestling match between Tulenchik and Tate.
Those two were solid, and I doubt if they'll see each other because they are in 2 different weight classes. Weren't here tonight, but we were up at 195. All right. Deacon Crumley against Corbin Knapp. Corbin Knapp, 11th grader, 34-4. Deacon is a 12th grader, 32-13.
Corbin is ranked 6th in the state at the AA level for the 195-pound weight class, as well took 3rd place at the jackhammer.
Right. By the way, all the wrestling you see from now until the end of the year, they're going to be wrestling in their own classes. We don't wrestle down or up because this is the AA team tournament, and then, of course, again, 2 on Friday. I don't make any pre-productions, but I'm going to say that it looks like the road crew may be advancing to Detroit Lakes on Friday. Do not know who they're going to meet, because you just don't know. Corbin gets underneath there, gets a nice ankle pick. Did not quite. He still has that ankle. He's working to get it and try to get into a double, switches it around, and does get the takedown, does get control. He's trying to get a crossface on him and trying to get him a tip on him. On Crumry,
it's a senior against junior right
Right,
now.
yeah.
Declan Crumley, the senior,
senior.
for the Huskies.
If you're watching the match, notice that Corbin's trying to get a crossface and trying to grab that far shoulder, and every time he does, he just twists his head just a little bit and it slips off. Can't quite get it hooked up.
Yep, there's 1 point on the escape that time.
And he's moving around too again.
Twelve, 10 seconds left here in the first period.
Again, too, moving around, moving very solid. Corbin again looking to get something. Finishing the first period. I think it's going to be Corbin's choice.
Looks like he's picking down.
Down, yep. And that was predetermined. What team gets a choice? It's every other match, and that's decided by a flip of the coin before the match starts. And you have your choice of up, down, or neutral if it's your choice. And he chose down. He got a quick 1. Now it's 3-1. So I said Corbin got a quick ankle pick, get the 2 to start with in the first period. See if he can get back to it.
We are almost 30 seconds into the second period here.
Yep.
Should mention that just really quick, I got a scoring update out of the Northern Lakes hockey game playoffs. No score after one period between Northern Lakes and River Lakes in the section semifinal in that game. It's being broadcast right now on Skeeter 101.5.
We, it's I was just talking to the hockey girls earlier today, and they've got a great young lady that's in between the pipes. Kate does a super little job. I always call her a little Spitfire. I think she sits at about maybe 5'5" maybe, but boy, she does a nice job in between the pipes. So that's great that where they're at right now.
Yep, we'll be continuing to give score updates as we get them. 50 seconds left here in the second period.
Right. Again, too, they're both tying up top. Neither one of them wants. There it is. Corbin's going for that single leg. He's got that. He's extremely strong. He's got that single leg. He's got a pick on it. And now he's going to get it around and get his 2 points. I've got 5-1.
5-1. 30 seconds left in the second period.
And Corbin will ride you. He rides you very hard, very heavy. I always call that riding heavy. Mm-hmm. You want to get up, you got to take my weight and get up on top of it and push me up.
Yeah, they call it making yourself heavy as well.
You're right.
It's being.
I think I used an example last time. Try doing a push-up with somebody of your own weight on your back. It's tough to do.
I think that I said in response to that, I have a tough time doing push-ups with just my weight. And nobody on my back.
All right, I've got a 5-1 score after the second period.
Yeah, heading into the third.
And third period, and I'm sure that Albany's going to take down, which he does. And he's looking to come out, trying to get some points. Again, too, if he gets a quick escape or a reversal. He's going to give, Corbin pushed that one a little too quick. Clock. Okay, the clock was not reset. Give it a quick buzzer and reset it. Got great scorekeepers here, great clock people. All right. Notice you get a couple cautions. There it is. He rides it very hard. He's got that arm. He's trying to bar that arm up a little bit. Now he's got it. Corbin's trying to lock that leg up, and he's got his arm locked. He's got that near arm. He's trying to get it behind his back, pull it over, and use your other arm there, and he's trying to get it up, pull that arm over and turn him over, but not quite yet.
Got about a minute 20 left.
In the match. I didn't realize, third period.
Yeah, third period here between.
All right, we have a stalling on red. Okay. And the reason that you guy on the bottom, you say, how come you give that stalling? He's not trying. I mean, he's being pushed on it very strong, Corbin is, but he's got to make some moves down there. He's not getting his hips up off the mat. Those are all things that the officials look for. And so that's why sometimes that occurs. Now, they're probably not going to finish. Yeah, I thought they might be able to finish it, but no, not yet. Okay.
Yep, 41.5 seconds to go, so time for Declan Crumley to make a move for the Huskies. He's going to need to make one here.
Yep, he will.
Corbin Knapp, meanwhile, just trying to melt away this time.
Again, too, Corbin's trying to work, trying to get that near arm pulled up behind his back, and then trying to look for, there it is. Now he's, oh, he had it, lost it. Now he tries for it again.
15 seconds.
Yep. Trying to do a little down. He's trying to get that far arm again. He's trying to just not, you know what? Let's just go ahead and leave it at this and make it a 5-1 match.
There it is. 5-1 for Corbin Knapp. He gets the 3-point win for the road crew to make it now 57-6.
Okay, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here because they only have one more wrestler. They have Jacob Adrian. And I don't know. We've got a couple wrestlers we could put out there. I would assume.
Yeah, the coaches are both here at the scoring table right now.
All right.
Austin Starika is going to get the win by forfeit.
Yep. 63.
Yeah, so 63-6 heading into the last matchup.
Okay, it's going to be
the evening.
Jacob is there, and we're going to be wrestling against Matthew Foster. So we got Jacob is a senior at 33-5, and Matt Foster is an 11th grader at 15-7. Matthew, that's potentially dangerous. Way he had that toe twisted up, it's called potentially dangerous. Injury could occur. Officials will stop it. Notice that Matt Foster is not afraid of anything. He comes underneath. He's got that single leg. He's got it locked up. Lost it.
Yeah, it's looking like a good start here so far for Adrian.
Right.
And while this is going on, I just want to give a quick shout-out to Austin Starika, who won the last one with a forfeit 30-1 on the season Mid-State All-Conference, and he got his 100th career win just 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So big congratulations to him.
Right. And it's everybody wants to, hey, can you stop the match and tell everybody about it? You can't. The State High School League does not allow celebration during tournament time. And so thank you for announcing that here. People are listening, can hear it, but can't make extra announcements. Notice it's 2-1. Matthew does not back off. He comes underneath looking for that single leg again. And Jacob is coming around hard, trying to look to get that 2.
Adrian making himself heavy.
Yes, he is. He got his 2
got
points.
His 2, yep. 4-1 now the score.
As I said before, I'm working at Pequot Lake School right now, and every day I see Matthew walking down the hallway. Never has anything but a smile on his face. He will help other kids. I've seen him helping other kids, especially we have a combined school where I'll wait till he gets, little quick start there. That should be, our kids pass each other quite a bit. We have 6th graders up through seniors, and they have to go back and forth into the gyms. He never smiles. It never has anything but a smile. Help the little kids. He's just a great, great role model in our school district. So,
absolutely love to hear it.
Yeah. Sometimes, you think, these wrestlers are just mean and cruel. They're not. They have other sides to them. And
all right, 5 seconds here in the first period.
And it's Adrian's ahead at or Jacob, excuse me, Adrian is ahead 4-1. Let's see. Matthew is going to take down. Let's get working to see what he can do. And again, too, as I made the comment, they won't see each other this weekend, but in 2 weeks, it's called the individual tournaments. And you don't know, the kids may not be in the same weights that they are tonight. And then you're also limited to 14 people. Mm-hmm. So.
And that's a week from Friday?
That's a week from Friday and Saturday, and that will be at Detroit Lakes. And from what I understand, they built a new school, and so I understand it's supposed to be really good. I know the Pequot basketball is over there playing tonight, but it'll be interesting to see. This next weekend in the team, that's at Detroit Lakes. The following week, the individuals is at Melrose. There it is. Okay. Doubled leg. Notice how he comes on that ankle again.
I was going to say, what's he doing with that?
Well, he's trying to pick it up. It's a stalemate. Because neither one of them, if he's got that ankle picked up, okay, Matt just cannot pick his feet up at all. Notice how he does not stop. He comes underneath quickly. He's got that. Notice how he's got that ankle, and it's really grabs his foot. It's twisting it. Legal, but you don't move a lot then either. So 6-2, coming down with about 30 seconds into the second period. We are at the last match of the evening. It's been a solid match all the way through. I respect both schools. Notice how that's 2 times you've done that. That's potentially dangerous. That's going to be a point. Yep. Notice how he had the ankle. If you watched it there, which you should have, he took the ankle and he basically had nothing but the toes and twisted it to the outside. Potentially dangerous.
Yep. Got to keep those ligaments intact.
Well, yeah, you don't want to. Officials can see things that will occur, and they don't allow that. They try not to allow things like that. You know, once in a while something slips, it goes quick, but you know, he's telling Matthew right now he's got to do something on the bottom. Matthew says, I'm trying.
And there it goes for the second period. 6-3 heading into the third. It is a lead for Jacob Adrian of the Albany Huskies over Matthew Foster.
Okay, I've got 6-3. See what he does. Notice he's got that arm back. That, you know, Jacob comes out of that very strong. Going to try for a quick cradle. I don't think it's going to quite work. He's tried for. Remember we said he's got that near arm bar.
Yep.
But he's allowing him to get his legs up. Can't.
Adrian putting so much effort into trying to get out here, but Foster hanging on to him.
Notice how he goes right to the foot again. He's really good with that.
Yep. Oh, and the reversal.
That is a reversal. So that makes it 8-3. Hey, that was for a good minute. I thought Matt was doing a great job there. Good control. He's trying what we call a Granby. But then you'll notice how that Jacob just stretched out. Well,
still 8-3, 50 seconds left.
He's trying to get a pin, but he had his leg locked in there, and that's not trying to turn the body 2 different ways is not going to happen. All right. About 30 seconds left in this match. Official's going to call stalemate here real quick, or maybe not. Don't read. Yep, he is. That's a stall warning. Red was stalling because he was not making an aggressive move towards a pin. Had a pinning comm on, but didn't do anything with it. So you'll get called for that.
We'll try again here. 27.3 seconds.
Right.
Foster that time able to.
Came out underneath, trying to get. He's got a single leg hooked.
10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds left, but it's probably not.
2-1, and there it goes.
Got 1 point as an escape. 8-4. Correct? Yep. 8-4.
Yes, 8-4, and that'll wrap it up at 63 to
9.
or 66 to.
No,
yeah, I was going to say they added one for they added 3 for
I don't
the
think they
Rutger,
should have done that.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Just temporary, but it's 63 to 9. The Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus Road Crew get the win over the Albany Huskies, and they will be advancing in the Section 8 AA playoffs.
Well, we call them those are the semifinals they'll be moving to, and that'll be at DL this Friday night. And I know I had somebody ask me, well, who are they going to wrestle? Don't know, because you don't know how the other matches are coming out.
That's right.
Well, hey, another great night of wrestling here in Pine River. Really, it's been a great year. It really has.
It really has.
Another win, dual win for Pine River-Backus, the road crew. Last match of the year in this area. You want that?
Yeah, sure. I'll take that from you.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. We got a post game coming up just to just recap what we just saw. But again, 63 to 9, our final score. The Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus Road Crew getting the win over the Albany Huskies and advancing in the playoffs. We will be back after a word from our sponsors. All right, we're back. After not hearing a word from our sponsors, I did not realize that we didn't have any
Right.
breaks scheduled because this is wrestling and there are
Right.
no ad breaks.
Right.
So Charlie Munn's here, or Sam Parsons here with Charlie Munn's. Charlie, a great night for the Pequot Lakes PRB Road Crew, winning 63-9. Just want to get, what are your main takeaways? I should just start with that.
Well, it's like, when you wrestle the number one, we were the number one on the east side. With Alexandria, the number 2 in the east side, and they wrestled either Perham or Melrose Sauk Center. Don't know the outcomes of those yet. Whoever comes out of that moves on over, and we're looking at Friday, the 18th. That's this Friday.
Yep.
Pine River-Backus will wrestle somebody from the other half that's the lowest seed that comes out from the other half. So you've got the upper seeds, Thief River Falls, Fergus Falls, and UCB wrestled. They then wrestled Thief. We don't know. That's called the west side. And then DGF, and with Detroit Lakes and Roseau wrestling the first round, then wrestling DGF. These 4 advance down, and then the number 1 out of our side wrestles the number 2 from the opposite side. Okay, and that will be at 6 o'clock on Friday the 18th at Detroit Lakes. The final being occurring at 7:30, or again 20 minutes after the last match. You have to give everybody that equal break, and going from there. So we move on. Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus moves on. I don't like to make predictions, say, hey, okay, Alex, because they were the number 2, they're going to be there. I don't like to make predictions. Perham's solid. Thief is solid. You just don't know. Detroit Lakes has been solid. I mean, they've been in the state before, and then you've got DGF down there. They're good. I guess we'll have to read the papers tomorrow.
I guess you're right.
Yes. Or later tonight.
Or later tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, you do have that capability as well. And I should just mention, Charlie, that the last time you and I were here, Thief was here, and we were saying at the time, could be seeing these two teams going up against each other in the sections.
Right.
And it seems like that could be in the works.
Yep.
Could be in the works.
You just don't know. I know that Kenny, their head coach, is an extremely strong coach. He's got some great abilities, got some good kids. I always say, you just never know who's going to show up on any given evening. There were some kids that didn't wrestle tonight for Pine River-Backus that could have, but hey, I thought it was a great match, and sure, hey, we came out on top and we can go from there, but these kids had some fun, and you don't take anything away from all these kids.
Absolutely.
I mean, they were here. I just think it's so solid to see this all the time. I tell every kid that goes in it, and I always have to make one comment. Many years ago, I was the activities director in Hutchinson, and a couple years ago, we had hockey teams that went to the state. Oh, we had a team that went down there 25-0 going into the state tournament in hockey. Unbelievable. They lost their first round. Oh, heartening.
Ouch.
But then they came back and won the consolation. So I had an opportunity to talk to the kids later. I don't know if I did it at their ending dinner or wherever it was. I said, just remember one thing. You can't take that away from yourselves. And remember just this. There's only 2 teams that finish the season with 2 wins. The champion and the consolation winner.
There you go. So that's the only way to win the last game of the season.
Right. Those are the only 2 ways you can do it. And so, that puts a different outlook. So no matter what happens, you don't take this away from the kids. The Albany kids who were here, the Park Rapids, it's been a long season. They dedicate themselves to this. So I think it's just great. I really it's a tough sport to go through, no matter what it is. And you have to have a lot of respect for them. Kids that are involved in activities, no matter what they are, they're the pride of your school. They take so much out of it when it comes. And you don't forget that. So, hey, congratulations to everybody who was here and the parents. And we hope to see the Pine River-Backus parents on Friday night.
Absolutely. Well said. Charlie Munn's here joining me tonight and calling the action for the Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus Road Crew, winning 63-9 over Albany. Charlie, again, thank you so much for joining me here. We'll move on to our post-game awards, but in the meantime, I'll bid you adieu, and you have a great night, sir.
I hope to. I hope to get home and have a little dinner this evening yet. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Enjoy.
Are you coming over Friday evening?
At the Troy Lakes, I'm actually not sure about that. I don't think that we have planned for that, but I will be. We'll of course be keeping our schedule updated on rjbroadcasting.com, and I'll be sending you an email, Charlie, if we're going to be doing that as well. So I imagine I will be anyway. So thank you again.
All right, catch you.
Absolutely. Have a great night. And like I said, we will take this opportunity now to just move on to our post-game honors. And we will start with our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game. I suppose you can say player of the match here. Enbridge thanks you for supporting the Line 3 replacement project. Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day, and it was done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. Thank you. Our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game today is going to be Corbin Knapp for the Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus Road Crew. And Corbin got the win. He did not get the pin, but he got the win for the Road Crew, and he took down Declan Crumley, the senior for Albany. And the reason why I'm giving him the Energy Award is because, well, for one thing, went the distance in that little match. So there's one thing that requires obviously a lot of energy to do, but another thing is just that he showed so much heart doing it, and obviously a lot of effort going into that, and really just gutted it out against what was a really formidable opponent, and an opponent who was, again, a senior for Albany. So I'm going to give our Enbridge I Bring the Energy player of the game to Corbin Knapp. A big congratulations to him. I should also, I guess, qualify this by saying that I had Charlie help me pick these out. So moving on, we have our Pine River Family Market star of the game to give out. Pine River Family Market is where you can find it all and still enjoy the local hometown atmosphere. Every Wednesday, gallons of milk are just 2 for $6. Visit them online for curbside pickup or delivery. Pine River Family Market delivers.com. Our Pine River Family Market star of the game is going to be Tayton Mick for the Pequot Lakes PRB Road Crew. And Tayton Mick had a magnificent performance, really, for the Pequot Lakes PRB performance, winning for the Road Crew. And I believe, let me actually just double check this. So yes, he came into the season just two matches under 500. Got the win tonight. He's going to be our star of the game, and we'll wrap up with our big deal player of the game. I was not able to thank any of these sponsors before, so I'll do so now. We have Brandel Motors of Aiken, Riverwood Healthcare, Willie's Marine of McGregor, the Pizza Ranch in Baxter and Little Falls, Whippler Precast in Pine River, W.W. Thompson Concrete Products of Brainerd, BigDealAuctions.com, the Cuyuna Regional Medical Center, Crow Wing Kayaks in Cross Lake, Mille Lacs Energy Cooperative, Advantage Seamless Gutters in Baxter, and Newman Construction of Brainerd. Our big deal player of the game today is going to go to Easton Miller, who got the pin in about 30 seconds against Ian Hansen of Albany. And, Ian certainly did his best, but it was just such a profoundly good performance for Easton Miller. And I was just thoroughly impressed, as was Charlie. Anytime you get the pin in less than 30 seconds, you're doing something right. So that was just part of that early run of dominance that the Road Crew had. I believe they were up 45-0 to start the game, or to start this match, and it was a lot of it was just because of that big success in those early weight classes. Easton Miller, a big part of that. So congratulations to him, our big deal player of the game. By the way, folks, just a couple of score updates that I have gotten in the last couple minutes here. Scoreless after 2 periods for the Northern Lakes Lightning girls hockey team taking on River Lakes. So certainly worth keeping an eye out for that, because River Lakes, the 2nd seed, would be quite nice if the Northern Lakes Lightning were able to get the win over them. After a half between Aiken and Crosby Ironton and boys basketball, it's 32-31. Aiken with the 1-point lead there, and you can catch that on KKIN AM 930, FM 103.1, or here on yourliveevent.com as well. And folks, I probably recommend that you do so, because that game has produced some absolute classics in the last couple of seasons, that rivalry. So I'm actually curious to listen to some of that on the radio on my way home as well. And the Pequot Lakes girls basketball team winning 31-20 over St. Cloud Cathedral after one half of play. But now just taking a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule here with Homegrown Local Radio. Tomorrow you can catch Minnesota Golden Gopher Men's Basketball Weekly with Ben Johnson on Cash 95. Toronto Raptors at Minnesota Timberwolves in NBA basketball on Skeeter 101.5. Thursday, we have 3 high school basketball matchups. Pequot Lakes hosting Perham on Talk 100. Northland versus Hill City on KKIN FM 94.3. for boys basketball. And then on the girls' side, it's Aiken hosting Detroit Lakes on KKIN AM 930, FM 1031, and yourliveevent.com. We also have some Minnesota Golden Gopher men's basketball. They are at Penn State. That'll be broadcast on Cash 95. And high school wrestling Thursday as well. It is Aiken participating in the Section 7AA team tournament. Don't know who they're going to be playing yet, but that'll be broadcast here on yourliveevent.com. And then Friday's slate all depends on what's happening tonight, folks. It depends, I should say, just the way that we organize what teams are going to be on what station. It kind of depends on how Northern Lakes does tonight. So that's kind of why I was saying we're going to keep an eye out on that, because it's tied after 2 periods. So, folks, either way, we will keep our full high school sports broadcast schedule up to date on our website, rjbroadcasting.com, and we'll let you know again if we end up broadcasting those matches in Detroit Lakes as well this Friday. So could be interesting. I don't believe that we will. Just looking at the schedule is already very, very full for us on Friday. But again, folks, we'll keep you updated on that. In the meantime, for all of us here at Homegrown Local Radio, my name is Sam Parsons, and it has been a pleasure being with you tonight, folks. Once again, the Pequot Lakes Pine River-Backus Road Crew getting the win 63-9 over Albany and moving on in the playoffs. And once more, for all of us here at Homegrown Local Radio, my name is Sam Parsons, bidding everybody a great Tuesday night. Everybody have a great rest of your week. A great rest of your week as well. So long, and until next time.